Hey guys, another video. Today I'll just show you the stats, talk about kind of mapping today, and um, do a map and talk about how to build your character defensively and what you need to do and why. So today I was running like mostly 77s, 78s. Oh wow, I have no alks. Well, hope this goes rare. Alright. But yeah, today I was running 77, 78s, and I do something like this, some some quantity pack size, and usually it turns out to be 100 quantity with pack size. So those are the kinds of maps I did today, and I'm having trouble sustaining 78s. As you can see, my map pool is getting really weak. When I was volley maps, I could get like to the red maps sometimes, but could not sustain without vols. Overall, you had to dump a lot of currency into it. And I should show you the stats like I always do first. Everything's still the same. I got a little bit more ES because I leveled up and I expect into another ES node. But the stats pretty much the same, 5.31, and average damage discharge is still like 42. I'll show you that right now. But yeah. Oh, I guess it's enfeeble, but take my word for it, it's still 42, nothing's changed at all. So, mapping was a little bit brutal. I feel like if you do 100 pack size, you can't sustain red maps at all. Maybe you can like get into red maps sometimes. Either that, or I'm getting unlucky with the map drops. So be warned if you're looking to do like a lot of map runs. Um, expect to not sustain 79s very easily without balling. Uh, so what I want to talk about today is maybe mention why you really need like 10k ES or really high ES pool and like what the principle behind that is. Basically what you want to do on your character is you want to make it so you can be brain dead and not die. And what that means is you get like as much defensiveness into your character as possible so you can compensate for, times where you like have a lapse in concentration or you don't want to play perfectly and you're kind of not paying attention. You don't want to have to, what you don't want to do is you don't want to have to always be outplaying the game with your skills. You don't want to have to put yourself in a position where you're going to have to use skills to live. You're going to have to try really hard and outplay monsters or the bears or whatever the hell you're doing. You want to build your character in a way that always survives the worst case scenario, uh, regardless of how you play. So that's the way you want to build your character, because that's the safest way to do it in an ARPG, especially in PoE where spike damage is absolutely ridiculous. So what you want to do is you want to build your character to be really safe. And what safe means is like you compensate for all the damages, you compensate for your bad play, you compensate for like everything as much as you can with your character without sacrificing too much deeps. For this character, what it means is you want to build like 10k ES plus, and for other characters, you want to mitigate enough damage and have enough life to really not care about many things. For example, if you were running like 7k ES, you're not going to live in all situations. There's just going to be things that absolutely destroy you for no apparent reason. Like you'll die to like some volatile out of nowhere. It'll just like one-shot you, some big volatile like monster, and you'll just feel really cheated. So you just get a huge amount of ES and a huge amount of mitigation to compensate for all your lapse in concentration, all the bad situations. And that's pretty much how you play PoE now. It's just a gear game and gearing your character into the right stage where you don't really have to be scared of anything. Like I'm with 12k ES, but ever since I really got 10k ES, I didn't ever feel threatened. I don't think I've ever been hit for more than 9k. I've been hit for 9k like once, ever, on this character. Every single one of my other deaths, like I have 67s, It's just like from labyrinth and leveling and stuff, nothing really killed me in maps. So you want to build your character like really defensive. If you do play this type of build, I highly recommend you get like at least 10k ES, probably closer to like 11k. And if you're hardcore, try to shoot for like 12k. And that way, you know, you don't have to worry about the things that I've told you about. A lot of situations will be just completely trivial to you because you just have a huge ES pool. And say you're not playing this character, you're playing like another character. You want to gear in a similar fashion. You want to gear in a way that you don't really have to worry about anything. Everything's compensated with the character gear and stuff. So that's how you pretty much want to build characters in this game. Like I used to play like characters, and I like gear them to like minimum HP possible, 7k HP, and I would just die repeatedly, and that's really no fun, especially if you're like level 86 or level 90, and you start like doing harder maps, and you repeatedly die, and you lose all your EXP. You feel really demoralized, and you don't want to play the game anymore, and that's a little like it gets really boring, and you just quit. You're like, oh, I can't progress, no sense of progression, losing all my XP all the time. So you definitely can, like, for softcore players, you definitely can, like, make a 4k HP build and, like, do deeps. But if you want to really play the character past, like, you know, level 92 or whatever it is, with when you start, like, getting to 92, you start dying a lot with 4k HP, and it's just really unreasonable to expect to enjoy the character if you keep repeatedly ripping it, you know, even for softcore players. So, yeah, that would be my advice to build your character, and really that's why I got this much ES on this character. I just wanted to try something different, because I figured, you know, with the kind of thought process I've had up that what I just shared with you, you know, you want to have something more defensive in PoE, and PoE feels like a really a game where you build your character a lot more defensive than other games. You don't really want to take risks in your character creation. You want to like make it tanky, and you don't want to like uh do anything extreme either. So yeah, that's the kind of thoughts I have about making characters. But yeah, if you really just want to play like your character past 92 or something, then I would say invest into a very tanky character. But if you don't really care about that, then it's just whatever. Um, so yeah, that's all I want to say today. Um,